So this is about the marketing analytics. Okay, this is about the campaigns which our company doing, okay, related to each and every occasion, right? To, to do the marketing of their products. Now if you go ahead with the Spotify, you know so if you see that, the Spotify is a, related to the streaming platform, if you see. Okay, so like again in the Spotify, so again the Spotify implemented the, the data science application, which is nothing but the personalize of content using recommendation system as the Netflix did. Okay, this is the same. Okay, the first topic I mentioned in the Netflix, right? Then second thing is that the Spotify targeted marketing through customer segmentation. Now it's very, important part, customer segmentation. Like if you know what is customer segmentation is, so in that case you will understand. So basically, let's say uh, sometimes, okay, let's say I'm having my, okay, let's go with another example. So okay, now let's say there is a, particular, you can say that the particular region, in that particular region the particular festival is happening. Okay, and that festival is very popular in that particular region. So you will find that the companies, you know just bring the particular, offer related to that particular, the region, you can say, in that particular duration of that festival. Okay, so that is nothing but the customer segmentation. As we know, companies has its customers in around the globe. Okay, but few offers, few you can say that the few campaigns are just for the particular regions. Okay, that is nothing but the target marketing through customer segmentation, right? Then after that, CNN for classification of songs and audio tracks. What is CNN? CNN is nothing but the convolution neural networks. Okay, and convolution neural network is a very popular neural network algorithm which can able to classify anything, either your text data, either your numeric data, either your mixed data, either your audio data, songs, and anything. Okay, so basically Spotify uses the CNN for doing the classification of songs and audio tracks, right? Airbnb. Okay, so basically this is the, this is the travel industry, if we talk about. Okay, so if you know the Airbnb, so basically this company was born in 2007 in San Francisco. Okay, and now you will find that since now, basically it has grown to around 4 million hosts and 5.6 million listings worldwide, who have welcomed more than 1 billion guest arrivals in almost every country around the globe, right? So basically Airbnb is active in each and every country, except the few countries, okay, like the Iran, Sudan, Syria, and North Korea, because these are the few countries, those you can see that the instability is there, right? Now after, okay, like this particular company also, just implemented data science applications in their, day-to-day work, like the recommendation system and search ranking algorithms. Now if you see that, guys, the recommendation system, as I told you, the recommendation system is nothing but the, it's about the, depends on your past history. Basically Airbnb recommend you the upcoming, uh, you know different things. Okay, upcoming, you can say that the, if we talk about the search ranking algorithm, so if you know about the search ranking algorithm. So in simple words, like let's say if you search for a particular keyword, so you know definitely you will get the the keyword related information on the top. Okay, but if you search that the maximum number of time, so you will find that like all of you searching that particular, let's say chat gpt, we are searching on the google. So according to search ranking algorithm of Google, you will find that those who can simply use the keywords chat GPT maximum number of time in their website. So those you can say that those company you will see on the top, right? So that is the thing, except sponsored one. Okay, except sponsored one, right? Then you will find that the NLP for review analysis, right? So you will find that the Airbnb has multiple reviews of the customers. So for doing the analysis of the review, they can simply use the natural language processing. And like we are also introducing the this particular natural language processing in our upcoming course as well. Okay, so we'll also do this review analysis, sentiment analysis of the customers, right? Then we have the smart pricing using predictive analysis. You will find that the few price of, let's say like if you know about the dynamic pricing about the you know the air tickets, right? And if you go with the you know let's say any different, if you go for the go for the purchasing any product, so you will find that the pricing for that is nothing but the static you know but for the air price you will see that the dynamic prices is there. So if you in the first, if you go and search for the you know the air ticket, so you will see that the first price is you know the X price. Then after that, if you again go and search for the same price, you will see that that price is somewhat increase. Okay, X plus N. Okay, some increment is there in that particular price. So that is nothing but the dynamic pricing, which is nothing but each and every time that price you will see that the different increasing most of the time. Okay, so that is nothing but the smart pricing using predictive analytics. Then let us talk about the Uber. Like if you know about the dynamic pricing for the Uber, like depends on the search and demand forecasting. you know so like let's say in the particular area there is very high demand of the Uber. Okay, Uber taxis. So at that time you will find that Uber just implemented the dynamic prices in that particular area, and you will find that the rate will be increased, right? For you as well and for the taxi drivers as well, right? They will also get high paid. So that is the thing, right? So that is nothing but the dynamic pricing algorithm implemented by the Uber. You can definitely search for this, you know like the few people just uh, you know did the case for the same as well. Okay, then one click chat. So basically Uber has developed a basically machine learning and natural language processing solution called one click chat, or simply OCC, for coordination between drivers and users. So this feature anticipates responses for commonly asked questions, making it easy for the drivers to respond to customer messages, and drivers can reply with the clock of just one button, right? So one click chat is developed on Uber's machine learning platform to perform NLP on rider chat messages and generate appropriate responses to them, right? And then we have the customer retention. So like if you see that, okay, like because of the dynamic pricing it will be very difficult to retain the customers, because let's say in the X region, the a price for X to Y distance, it's let's say $100. After that, you will see that after next day, the price for the same distance X to Y, okay, in that same region, the price will be dropped, let's say 70. So at that time, the sentiments of the customers will hurt, definitely hurt, because the customers might think about like, I just paid $100 yesterday and now the price is 70. Okay, so like for that, they just you know they just created the customer retention algorithm as well to retain their customer. Like, the if let's say if the customer is repetitive, so what they did, so they are just decreasing the some kind of some decreasing the some weightage of the dynamic prices of that particular customer, right? So that is again the you will find that that's how they can maintain the customers loyalty, right? Now okay, these are the so many different real applications, real life application you can see of the data science, guys. Okay, and why I'm showing you this, to understand, you can be able to understand, yes, you can do almost anything with the data science if you have the data. And also if you don't have the data, then only you can implement data science on that, right? Either if you go for the, let's say, reinforcement learning, in the reinforcement learning you will find that you don't need to collect any data. Okay, while analyzing that particular data, the machine is capable to generate its own data, and it can be able to analyze that particular data. Okay, you will find that this thing is the repetitive thing. Okay, so that is nothing but the reinforcement learning. In the data science also, you will find that if you don't have the data, sometimes you will have to go for the surveys to collect the data, right? So sometimes you will find that this like if you're watching video on YouTube, you will see that the one pop-up automatically comes in your video, and it will just you know it will give you the 5 seconds time, like that we are just surveying on the YouTube, like YouTube also doing the survey, okay, to improve its algorithm of the recommendation, right? So that is the thing. Now let us go ahead and understand what are the different data science case studies are there in the social media. So if we talk about the social media, so we will be taking the social media like the, you can see that the LinkedIn. Okay, and we all know that there are multiple platforms are there, but why I took the LinkedIn, because it's a professional network, right? In the LinkedIn you will find that the all the this is nothing but the professional networks of yours, right? That's why I choose this. Now if you understood this, LinkedIn recruiter implement search algorithm and recommendation system, right? So basically this particular LinkedIn recruiter helps recruiters to build and manage a talent pool to optimize the chances of hiring candidates successfully. So this sophisticated product works on search and again recommendation engines. The LinkedIn recruiter handles complex queries and filters on a constantly growing large data set. So the in the results, they able to deliver the relevant and specific outcomes. The initial search model was based on linear regression, just linear regression that I showed you in our previous sessions, right? I guess in the second or third session, just based on the linear regression. But they just eventually upgraded that particular model, okay, from the linear regression into the gradient boost decision tree that we will be using in our today's data science project. Okay, that I'll show you the data science project in the later part of this particular session. After understanding these case studies, right, we will be implementing gradient boost data decision tree model on our data in the final project, right? So that's how they come up with the multiple different algorithms, which is helpful for their organization, their their software, their application. Then we have the again the recommendation system personalized for news feed. So if you see that, guys, like if you are, the company is online, totally online, and in each and every company, okay, not just for the social media company, not just for the, let's say, e-commerce company, in each and every company you will see that the recommendation in, system is there. So for that, we will have few algorithms like association rule. We have the, market basket analysis algorithm. We have the, the, say, the filtering methods. Okay. So based on that, we can create the recommendation system as well. If you know the data, you can be able to create the recommendation system for your company as well. Okay. So understanding this recommendation engine, you know we will have, you can simply search for this on internet, right, to understand more about this recommendation system as well. you know and one, the good thing is that I just introduced this recommendation system in our course as well, right? Then if you know CNNs to detect inappropriate content, like I mentioned before, CNA on the previous slide, okay, to again the analyze the reviews. So here also on LinkedIn's, they just implemented the convolution neural networks to detect any kind of inappropriate content on LinkedIn, right? So basically they can simply remove that content from the LinkedIn, or they can hide that content, or they can be able to do anything. But for that, they need to detect that particular content is the inappropriate content, right? So they, for that, they just implemented the CNN, which is a very popular algorithm of deep learning, right? Okay. Now guys, let us go ahead and understand the data science case study in healthcare domain. So if you know, Pfizer is a very popular name in the healthcare domain, right? It's a multinational pharmaceutical company. Yes or no? And you will find that the, I guess the Pfizer is created the vaccine also for the, COVID-19, if you know. Then Pfizer also used the data science to implement in his day-to-day work, like identifying patients for clinical trials. Like what is clinical trial? So basically they are using the patients, right, for doing the research of creating the new medicines. So for that, okay, their, the company has to do clinical trials, okay, while, you know just launching any new medicine. Okay, so for that, how to identify the patients, that patient is right for our trial or not, for our medicine or not. So they can use the data science for identifying patients for doing the clinical trials, right? In my master degree, when I was doing my master degree, that, okay, at that time, okay, we got one subject which is nothing but the clinical trials. You will find that around there are four phases are there. Okay, like starting from the phase to collecting the data of the, based on the multiple patients, you can just do, just give them the medicine, and they are checking the responses of that particular medicine, okay, on the different patients. So that's that kind of subject we, had in the, okay, in my master degree in statistics, right? So that is again very interesting concept, guys. Then if you see that the supply chain and manufacturing, again they implemented the very different optimization techniques as well of the data science, right? So they will, those optimization technique will definitely help in the supply chain and the manufacturing part, right? Then what about next? So if you see that the drug development, so in the drug development as well, okay, they are using multiple data science technique. Data science is not just about the building the model, it's about the multiple methods of the statistics as well. So if you know that in the drug development, we will have to implement the multiple statistical tests, okay. So that is again the part of the data science, right? Then let us go ahead and see the different case study of the data science in the another domain, which is nothing but the oil and gas. As we all know, Shell. Yeah. So if you're talking about the Shell, so Shell is a global group of energy and petrochemical companies with over around, I guess, 18,000, 80,000 employees in around 70 countries. And you might see the petrol pumps of the Shells as well, right? So they also implemented the data science algorithms in their day-to-day work, like the precision drilling, right? So, like, if we're talking about the this particular thing, so basically they use the reinforcement learning to control the drilling equipment used in mining the oil and gas. And if you don't know about the reinforcement learning, so basically reinforcement learning works on a reward based system based on the outcomes of the AI model. So this algorithm is designed to guide the drills as they move through the surface based on the historical data from drilling records, right? So this is again a very interesting concept. This is, you can say that, the third category of the machine learning, which is nothing but the reinforcement learning. As I introduce you to the two categories of the machine learning, like the supervised and unsupervised. Okay, like we applied the supervised learning models in the our previous sessions as well, right? And what are the different unsupervised learning models as well, like the customer segmentation is there, that is nothing but the clustering algorithm. Then you will have the, if you wanted to reduce the dimension, then you can use the principal component analysis, that is again the unsupervised learning algorithm. So in the reinforcement learning, you will find the applications of reinforcement learning like this. Okay. Then we have the efficient charging terminals. So, as we know, due to climate changes, governments have encouraged people to switch to electronic vehicle to reduce carbon dioxide emission, right? However, the lack of public charging terminals has deterred people from switching to the electronic cars. So for that, Shell uses AI to monitor and predict the demand for terminals to provide efficient supply. And multiple vehicle charging from a single terminal may create a considerable grid load, and predictions on demand can help to make this process more efficient, right? Now after this, monitoring service and charging stations. So again here also, okay, we will be implementing the the machine learning models, okay, which can just capture the images and the labels of the, you can say that, the of the vehicles, and they can simply classify it. And basically they can simply use this algorithm to alert the staffs, you know to basically reduce the risk of fires, right? So how they can monitor the services that they're, simply we can say that they're charging sessions, right? Then the next and most famous company, which is nothing but the Zomato, food delivery app, or food delivery company, you can say. As we all know, Zomato was founded in 2010, and now it is currently this company is one of the most well-known food tech companies, if you know, right? Like, I guess all of you, at least one times, just uh, order the food from the Zomato, right? So they also implement the different things like the personalized recommendation system for homepage. Like if you go to the homepage of the Zomato app, so you will get the personalized recommendation system. Because as you know, for going to the homepage of the Zomato apps, you will have to log in. Okay, and if you search for any keyword, any item, So definitely it can just simply use that particular your data, and it will recommend the further different dishes to you, right? So that is nothing but the personalized recommendation system for you, right? So let's say uh, like if you go let's say if you go with the ordering any, let's say like let's say if you go and uh, what we can say, if you go and order any dish which is related to let's say you just go and a random dish you just order for your dinner. So at that time, like it will just share you basically the, like, do you want to order some dessert or not, like this, or you wanted to add some sweets or not, right? So like many times if you find sometimes people are more likely to after the dinner they are trying to uh, eat the sweets, okay, like this, or they try to they just more likely to drink the any like the coke and all. So in Zomato also use a personalized recommendation system to recommend those kind of product with you. See, guys, you don't have to worry about, just exploring the new tools. Let's say if you, in, if you, let's say, if you just use the SPSS, and, that is, I know that is very popular tool of the statistics, but, like, if you wanted to grow in your life, if you wanted to achieve something, to achieve job which is a the trending job, you can say, for that you will have to learn the few new things, okay? So you will have to increase your the skills, you can say. So for that you will have to learn the few tools which are trending tools like Python, SQL, non-SQL tools, some data visualization, business intelligence tools you will have to learn. Okay, so that's we are those all the things, those all the skills tools we just introduce in this particular course. So you don't have to hesitate for learning new things. If you have any doubts related to this particular course, this particular all the tools which I mentioned in this particular course, so you can anytime you can ask me, you can just come to me on the LinkedIn and you can ask me related to this particular course or these particular tools which we covered in this particular course, right? So this is not this is not like then you just you understood this part, or let's say like you have the expertise in any other domain and you wanted to shift in the data science, but after seeing that there are a lot of tools are there. So so that is not be the case. This all the tools are very easy, like I show you the yesterday Power BI, okay? And like I know like all of you guys just understood the Power BI. Now the thing is that, okay, like after just getting the recordings for that particular class, you will definitely go to the YouTube, you will definitely search for that particular recording, and you will definitely go through that recording to understand you know like the how you can complete your dashboard. Like I know you completed your dashboard, let's say 80%, 70%. So, and I know as well you can try to complete your dashboard 100% as well of the Power BI, at least Power BI, if you're talking about, right? So that is the things, right? So then after that, guys, okay, now after this we will be we'll done with this particular topic. Okay, data science case study will go to our final project, guys. Okay, this is just two things we just remain with, like the first, if you see, which is nothing but the analyzing customer sentiment. So if you see that the sentiment analysis is again the very you can see that the interesting project, okay, of each and every company. Like if they are customer centric companies, which means that the companies like the Amazon, Zomato, so like for them the customers are nothing but the king, okay? So to that's why they just they do anything, to just uh, maintain the, to maintain the relationship, between the company and customer. So that's why they just try to analyze the customer segmentation from their reviews, right? From their, let's say, from their number of orders, okay, in a month, like that. Okay, so that's again, if you wanted to go ahead for this particular custom, sentiment analysis project, customer sentiment, sentiment analysis. So, again, we will be, exploring this particular customer sentiment analysis project in our course. Or if you wanted to go ahead by yourself, so you can search for the same as well on the on the internet. Just search for the customer sentiment analysis, and definitely you will get that, right? Then we have the last one, which is nothing but the predicting food preparation time. Like I mentioned, nowadays you will find that the delivery in 10 minutes. Okay, so for that, it's very important to predict the food preparation time. So they will, just find out the, food preparation time, and they can just, deliver that particular food to the customer. Okay, so that is again the very popular, problem, or I can say that the business problem of the data science, right? And Zomato cracked the code for that, right? Zomato just implemented this particular, you know the machine learning algorithm to predict the food prediction time as well, right? So like that, you will find that the many different case studies are there. Just the thing is that, guys, you have to, just go and you have to understand these all the things. You have to, go and explore all about this particular, different case studies and different algorithms which just implemented by the different companies. Now after this, guys, as we know, let's get started with our practical part, which is nothing but the final data science project of this particular course, right?